Hello, beautiful soul. Lori Rising here. Welcome to the Scorpio Lunar Eclipse happening on May 5th, 2023 at 1:34 p.m. Eastern. And welcome to your trust fall. So much more to come on that, but I just want to highlight the fact that we are right now in the eclipse vortex. We're in between the Aries solar eclipse and this Scorpio lunar eclipse, and we're actually right in the moments of Bealtaina, which is the transformation from the dark half of the year into Samos, the light half of the year. So it's really moving from the depth of our receptivity, of our internal excavation and exploration, of seeding new ideas and creations and experiences in our being, in our soul. And now we're moving into the outward expression of them, the externalization, the confidence in moving forward with what's now active from the depths of the dark and of those moments of quiet and stillness, of hearing what wants to come up and be revealed. And that being said, in this eclipse vortex, eclipses bring up that which we don't think that we're ready for, but the universe and source energy knows that it's time. It's time because we are actually ready for it, far beyond our thinking and programmed mind, our thought brain that holds the fears of past experiences and the fears of future expectations. But it's really when we drop into the depth of ourselves that we know it's time. It's time to step up, to take the risk, to move forward in a new way as we have continued to dismantle and disrupt all of those limiting beliefs, all of the imprints and wounds, core wounds, traumas, the karmas that we had been running on for so long. So it's a very special time, especially when we come first and foremost with the feminine and then move forward with the container of the masculine in the strength of the feminine. And we've been doing really deep healing on the masculine energies and the patriarchal energies of our culture and our humanity, and on the persecuted feminine energies. And what I'm feeling now that has happened very deeply since, for me, it really got activated in one of my last containers, which happened in the beginning of March. But then we hit that spring equinox point, and that's really when the light grid lit up like a Christmas tree. That's when all of the work that we've been doing in transforming ourselves from those imprints of density into light really got deposited into the whole of the universe, not just our planet, but the universe. And we're riding high on that. And it can be our learned human experience that keeps wanting to hit the brakes and wanting to pull us back. Yet these eclipses, to me, are really the gas. This is where we're moving forward, and it's not time to get off. It's not time to slow down. It's actually time to rev up and make that jump and leap. So the energy that I'm really feeling in this Scorpio lunar eclipse is to let go of the grip and do the trust fall. And the trust fall happens when you change the energy of what you've been holding in tension and what you've been holding in a grip. And I know many of you are talking to me about your powers coming online, your superpowers, your psychic powers, your telepathy, your visions. That's right on time. That's the ripple effect that's happening now that we've all been so intentional in this present moment activation and transformation, in actually receiving the messages for where to go and how to heal our traumas and our generational wounds. So I'm going to direct you towards my last podcast, and I'll hover it up here, and it's called Superpowers, because I'm just starting to open the door even more so on you dropping into the deepest place of belief that this is the reality of who you are. The person that you thought you were that didn't have these powers is the person that got formed by the ideas, the energies, the absorption that has been around you without change. This is the person in the light that you came in to integrate and share in the world. This is the way that you move beyond time and space, the way that you live from ease and you magnetize a reality around you without all of the efforting and stress that we've been trained in. So I hope that all comes together for you right now, because it feels like I weaved us around in the energy, but I hope that it's just kind of landing. So definitely check that podcast out. I have another one coming up as an interview with another metaphysical medium where we take you deeper into how to access more of the visions, the messages, the sounds, the feelings that are coming through so powerfully. So I hope that that's super supportive. Now, before we go even further in, I want to just say hello. Like I said, I'm Lori Rising. Welcome to this channel. I'm so stoked that you found us. Definitely hit that subscribe button or the notification bell, because y'all, we are getting so close to 1K subscribers. And when I hit 1K, I will be giving away a free 90-minute astrology and Akashic records reading with me. I just did one this morning and whoo, we were on fire. We were lit up in the energy. This is the confirmation. If you're feeling even a little bit stuck, I implore you to jump into a reading with anyone that you're vibrating with, that you're resonating with, me or someone else, because it will catapult you into the confidence of letting the grip go and doing the trust fall into what is begging to come into your experience right now. Because in these eclipses, we're in the confidence of moving forward with inspired action, especially when you've been doing the work, the deep excavation work over these last few years. So I am a star channel, a soul medicine guide, a trauma-informed healing artist of lifetimes, an embodiment facilitator, and really I am our biggest cheerleader into our majesty and divinity and birthright of telepathy, of psychic powers, of living in joy and ease and states of levity through the human condition and human experience. And I just know that we are absolutely continuing to pioneer deeper spaces of light and of experiences that we've never known in our human world. And I just had one of those experiences recently, which was with the Northern Lights here on my property in the Midwest. And if you want to hear more about that, I'm going to refer you back again to my last podcast episode, Superpowers. Check it out, because these are what we're these miracles are what we're magnetizing into our experience. But every time we open the channel, we're depositing it into the path for that, that energy flow to come in, for that experience to physically manifest in our lives. And once we get out of the time construct and immediate gratification, that's when it unfolds in really beautiful, divine, and in surprising ways. And you end up right in that moment of that miracle. And then you magnetize more because your belief expands and it grows to what it has never known in the physical reality so far. Now, I just got way off topic, but if you want to know more about my programs and my offerings, I have freebies below. Check them out in the links. And I have a new live Soul Biz Streamline course opening up like next week. Jump on the early access waitlist, because y'all, this is the inspired action and risk that you're taking, because I know your innate medicine is bursting through your seams. It wants to be known in this physical world. So whatever's tapping on your soul is ready to come out. And whatever's being revealed in this eclipse vortex and season is going to help you get there further. So release the grip. Let it come up. Trust that by that coming up, you uncover a world of what has been ready for you to unleash in joy and fun. And we no longer compartmentalize work from our personal lives. Like, we're not meant to just really relax and have a soft nervous system only on the weekends or only during the week. Like, when we get into this alignment, because I definitely know that we have to pay the bills, we live in this construct, but when we come deeper and deeper into this alignment and we transform those imprints of traumas and those stories of our past and what we're holding on to in such a tight grip, you actually find a joy in your experience, no matter what is happening around you. And then that elevates where you go from there. And that brings in more of the full spiral, the dynamic opportunities and the possibilities that come from everywhere, rather than just if we're looking linearly at the past of what happened and linearly holding that in our experience right now or anyone else in that experience. And this brings me to the Mercury in retrograde in Taurus that we're in right now. We are dropping into what resources truly mean to us, because this is the Scorpio lunar eclipse, and we've got Mercury retrograde in Taurus. Taurus and Scorpio are the resource access. And Taurus is all about me and mine. Like, what are my resources? Scorpio is all about us and ours. What are our shared resources together? And Scorpio is very much about the direct one-on-one connection with somebody. It's not really in the whole group of whatever that means to us, the whole community. It's like getting deep into this specific relationship and this specific relationship. And even like when you have something in your resources that's tied in with another, it can be a bank or a credit card or a loan or a business partner, whatever it is. So it's really bringing up anything that's murky, I want to say, in that place of what has or is happening in what you value in resources, whether that's money, time, energy, belief, and what are the lies that you're still telling yourself about it. So this can be where we tell ourselves how we think we feel about it or how we want to feel about it, even when there's still like the depth of that cord or that imbalanced energy that's still alive in the underbelly of it. We have to get to the root. We have to get to the cells. We can't stay up here and just think our way out of anything. And that has been the beautiful gift of Scorpio through this whole last nodal axis that's just finishing up now. So let yourself drop into the opportunity. If something is still there where you just, it feels off, it feels wrong, it feels gross, even if you're like, no, I'm over that, I'm fine with it. Go with the feeling, notice the feeling, honor that feeling, and just bring that energy up and just tell yourself or tell source, tell your higher self, tell the guides, tell the energy, you're ready to transform it. Please help. Send me messages, right? I'm available. I'm ready for the acceleration of this. And that's where you release the grip, change the energy, and just be available for what's ready to come through. And the Mercury retrograde in Taurus, I'm loving this. I'm feeling like hardcore into it. It feels like such a good energy where we're really being reminded through our thoughts, through our communication. I mean, granted, I am seeing a lot of online snafus, like big time with everyone that I'm dropping into something online with. Either they're having a snafu or I'm having a snafu. And I just kind of laugh at it at this point because it's Mercury in retrograde. And the more that we just get buoyant and adaptable with it, the more that we actually have fun with it instead of beat ourselves up, create that stress, create the dis-ease, drop into the imbalanced nervous system, the unregulated nervous system, which leads to so much more in that arena, right? But I'm feeling with this is like, as I'm reviewing in the Taurus energy of like the simplicity, the beauty, and really where do I want to put my resources and what feels good at this point, because I'm feeling such an expansiveness in New Earth awakening. Like it's alive. You can tap in and feel it. And if you let yourself drop in and like do the trust fall into knowing this is where we're going in New Earth, away from sensationalism, scarcity, lack, like all of those things, and into we can trust that when we feel this place of abundance, even when we let go of an energy and lift something else in our lives, that energy that was in a grip or in a tension is going to shift and it's going to come back in a new frequency. We can trust that, right? So every morning on my new land and property, I'm just feeling this bursting of joy in the simplicity that I have curated in my life, while actually using resources more than I ever have before, because I've been in a semi-state of scarcity with my money and my investments, my risks. And that Aries solar eclipse was absolutely the turning point of that place of deep confidence in the, not just mine, but everybody's innate messaging, in the authenticity of it, because of what we've gone through in this Taurus and Scorpio axis. And the inner resources are coming from within. And when we get so clear on those inner resources and where we put our belief, our attention, our energy, our value, and what we want to come back to us in that circle, in that spiral, in that cycle, the resources that we've held or deemed as the be all and end all, which has historically been money, that just grows in beautiful ways when we realize what our true resources are. In that slowing down, that soft nervous system, the simplicity. And that's where I feel this Mercury in retrograde in Taurus is really opening for us. So let yourself tap into that and feel where it takes you. Now, of course, Taurus and Scorpio, we know, are fixed. So this is where I feel like the message that came through literally 5 minutes before I jumped on this call was let go of the grip. That was the message that floated through. The visions have just been amazing, y'all. Amazing. After my convergence with the Northern Lights, like 4 nights ago, I slept like a I wouldn't say slept like a baby, but sometimes babies don't sleep well. But I slept like a cat in the sunshine in an afternoon nap for the next 2 nights. The dreams were just magnificent. They were magnificent, and they keep coming through really powerfully. So I'm paying attention. So keep paying attention, keep dropping in, keep creating that stream of consciousness to know that everything that comes through is coming through as some kind of message and support and guidance for you. I mean, I'll just give you an example again. So it doesn't mean that everything always comes through in this, like, you know, rainbows and butterfly energy, because we're here to work with the shadow. That's literally the human gig. And last night I woke up from a dream that was an intense dream, and I could feel some fear in my system and in my being from it. And so I just took action, right? I could have done breath work, but I didn't because I wanted to stay sleeping. So I just went over and grabbed, I actually have it right here. I grabbed my black tourmaline and held it into my chest and held it in my hands and went back to sleep. And I woke up, it was still in my hand. And that energy had completely transformed in my system and my being. And it used to be when I would have those dreams at night, because I'm such a lucid and vivid dreamer, I would hold that energy at least through the day, if not days. And so just keep accessing all of these beautiful, simple tools that we have at our fingertips, and just like have the intention to keep growing them. And so just know that there are so many rich, vibrant, and luscious messages coming through right now. So I ask you to just stay in that place of like inquisitive energy all the time. And even just get more quiet about it. Stop coming up with what your reply or response is to anything that's coming through, and just really listen through your whole sensory system. Okay, so I feel like this has been a longer beginning. There was so much that I wanted to go into. I'll just tell you right now that I'm going to make a bonus video about Mercury in retrograde in Taurus that I'm going to share soon. And I want to let you know that Mars is like on point right now. And this is where I feel like there's so much energy and support in taking that aligned action and risk that gets your cells excited. The thing that's been tapping on your soul. Of course, you need to be able to feel that trust within yourself. So if that trust isn't there yet, keep doing the work. Keep letting go, trust falling, like noticing what's coming up. And even if it's in a different area, work with that and know that that's going to transform wherever that hitch was or that glitch was in that energy. Because Mars is the ruler of Aries. It's the co-ruler of Scorpio. So the solar eclipse and this lunar eclipse, and it's all about the body, the vessel, this physical conduit. So take care of your body more than you ever have in any iteration of these lives, because it's your access point, and it's only going to keep growing the more you clean your cells up. I'll have another video to come on that soon, especially for Chiron and Aries. I'm probably going to make a video about that as well, because there has been a shift in how we're working with Chiron and Aries now. This is about shining your light, your true vibrant light, without the judgments or expectations of anyone around you, including your kids, including your partner, your family, your friends, whatever it is. And this is also about the death and rebirth. It's about cleansing, and in those relationships, really cleaning up any discrepancies that you might still have in power over, whichever the dynamic is, from you to them or them to you, in control, in envy, in jealousy. And if you're feeling any of that coming in, again, let go of the grip, change the energy, let it go, and just wait for the revelations to come through, because that's how healing is happening now. It's healing through energy, through light and frequency. It's not happening through tension and forcefulness, that imbalanced masculine that we used to do of like, no, you have to hear me. I'm right, you're wrong. I need you to validate my feelings. That's not working, and it never really has worked for our nervous system. Follow the feeling, soften your nervous system. And y'all, Mars is sextiling Uranus, trining Neptune, trining the moon, sextiling the sun. That's where I'm saying this is the most beautiful Mars energy that I feel like that's why I am super stoked about this eclipse vortex. Like, it feels like one that when you really drop in, when historically we've been in this imprint of eclipses being so intense and so big, if you're holding on to how we've gone through eclipses in the past with astrology, you're actually just limiting yourself, because I'm tapping in to this energy. All the readings that I'm doing, I'm feeling this energy. And yes, there is an intensity if there's something very deep, and if you have certain aspects with this, with what's transiting through right now. So look at your natal chart, get a reading if you're feeling any of that stuck energy or that intensity, because you will have a transformation when you truly understand that right now, because the energies are just so ripe. They're like alive and ready to go. We just have to, it's like, I'm getting like, take the Band-Aid off or take the cover off. That's all we have to do. It's not even deep excavation at this point. That's what's channeling through me. It's really just taking off the illusion that we think it's got this big grip on us, and it really doesn't, because there's so much that's just like bubbling up in the light that wants to come through. And that's because of all of the work all y'all have been doing, depositing into the grid, the energy grid, the light grid, all the acupuncture points of the world. So thank you. Thank you. I'm just loving this. Okay, I know there was more to share, but I don't want to keep you too long. So let's just do a quick card read, see what wants to come through. With all of this forward energy that I'm feeling, all this beautiful momentum in confidence and trust and like in beautiful risk, in the risk that's going to pay off. Honestly, you know it in your cells. You know it's going to pay off. I'm using more of my soul spirit cards, my earth spirit cards, just to see what we should be tapping into right there. So we're just going to do this quick because I know you got lots to go and take care of. So I've got Ivy, Forest, Tears, and Sacrifice. Ivy, I mean, just keep coming out in the world in your light and trust that the people that aren't ready for it, like they're going to do their thing, right? You're not going to take over anybody else. Ivy goes out into the world and intermingles with other plants and stays sovereign. It keeps its agency. It doesn't allow anything to take over it, and it doesn't really take over anything else. So find that place. And again, I feel like that's that place of almost quiet strength and curiosity when you move out into the world. Like, oh, is this a plant that's good for me to intermingle with, to even like network with, to get romantic with, to become friends with, to play with, right? And just try it out, see how it goes, and trust that if it's not right, you're going to keep moving and keep climbing because Ivy is just so hardy. So keep shining that beautiful light of yours. And if you feel it start to get dim, it's funny, as I'm looking, like I am like the sun today. This is the energy that's pouring through me. And so, yeah, just honestly, grow your ivy, keep coming out so bold, so beautiful in your life. And those people that maybe aren't ready for that frequency yet, let them go. Just let them go and trust that they will come back and you will find each other again when it's time, when it's the best for all, right? For everybody's energy, for all of the nervous system activation and regulation. And the next one is Forest Tears. And so this is really coming, like, I don't feel tears in this at all because, I mean, maybe tears of joy, right? That's almost what I'm feeling is like, gosh, the plants, the earth, the life force in our planet is so activated now. Go hug a tree and get your belly, get your pelvic bowl up. Creation energy to creation energy with the tree, and let yourself just ride into the roots, ride into the light through the life of that's coming online right now, right? As we move into Samos and the light half of the year, and let yourself just grow and expand in both ways with the tree. And if there's anything residual, let those tears flow. That brings the emotion out. That's how we release from our bodies. It's one of our best conduits that we were literally gifted with these bodies. So embrace those tears, and embrace those tears with your connections, with the depth of where you're going in this cleansing, in this death, because so much is being born right now. And the last card is Sacrifice. And this is just really an opportunity to drop in and look at, is there something in your life that you actually do need to sacrifice right now? And I feel like that's coming back to the beginning message of letting the grip go, because you might be holding on to something that's it's in a smaller or more limited energy. And when you can let that go, you actually open up a new creation force running through your system, like pulsating through your cells, that give you a new aha or enlightenment for how to go forward in whatever it is that you thought needed to happen right now. I'm actually dropping into this a lot when I am making the decision to take a dedicated at least one day off, because it's more important to me now to work on the earth, on my acreage, than to keep sacrificing that for everything that I'm doing in my business. And I have to trust that what is happening in my business will actually get better and bigger because I do this. And that's a hard one for us to drop into when we're so conditioned in producing and moving forward, and you keep moving towards your goal in one way, in the linear way, like to produce all of the programs, the systems, right? The emails, like all of the things to make that happen. And yet that can be at the expense of our softness and our alignment. And the further we get away from that break that our nervous system needs, where we come into an alignment, then the more efforting it actually takes. So I hope that this was super supportive for you. I hope that you're feeling a bit of my vibe of excitement of what is unleashing in the universe, y'all. It's just so big. Know that every time you drop into anyone's container for higher consciousness activation and multidimensional like living, you are going to go further, quicker, and like it's moving in beyond time and space. It's moving in light. It's moving in quantum leaps. So I hope to see you in some of my containers, but definitely hit me up for those freebies below: the Co-Create with Your the Universe Mastermind and my Heart Activation Meditation. Drop into those and just see how quick things transform and shift for you in ways that you just never even considered yet. All right, y'all, I'm going to see you very soon in a bonus video here. So hit the subscribe button, and until next time, don't forget to keep looking up.